Good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is your Realtor Hugo here with another live. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free and leave them in the chat on your platform of choice. Today, we're going to be talking about unlocking your first home, a millennial's guide to navigating the market. So, anyone that is interested in this type of content, feel free and share the live. Let me get these guys on the same page and we will get started. Good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in for yet another live. As always, it is your Realtor Hugo here, licensed in Maryland with Long and Foster, here to help you out understand the real estate industry a little bit more every single day, 15 to 20 minutes a day to learn a little bit more about the industry. Today, ladies and gentlemen, it is unlocking your first home, a millennial's guide to navigating the market. I am Hugo Quintanilla, your local realtor in Maryland, licensed again with Long and Foster. YourRealtorHugo.com is the website if you want to follow along with my journey in real estate and what we got going on in the market. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started with today's presentation. Number one, understand your budget. Start by explaining the importance of knowing how much you can afford. Include tips on checking credit scores, getting pre approved for a mortgage, and considering additional costs like taxes and utilities. You will never set out on a mission without first knowing every bit of the obstacles that you might face along the way. So never set out on the home ownership journey without doing the math on how really affordable this journey can be for you. So take your time, pause, do some math, get a calculator, get a mortgage calculator, start figuring out the budget, start figuring out how much you're going to spend every month, and see, is this something that I can fathom? Is this something that I can do? So keep that in mind. Understanding the budget is the number one step to getting a handle of your home ownership. Number two, the right location. Location. We've always said this. I was born knowing that location mattered in real estate. Discuss how close the right neighborhood can Discuss how to choose the right neighborhood can impact the value of your property. Highlight factors like safety, schools, proximity to work, and local amenities that are popular with millennials. The most important things that you need to look for are the amenities. I can speak volumes about these other things, but I want you always to notice one thing about the areas where you have a lot of wealth and affluency and a lot of high value areas. Look at the type of grocery stores they have. Properties with higher end grocery stores tend to have higher end price points. You'll never see a Whole Foods in a low housing district. So, something to keep an eye on. If you see no grocery stores, something that's called a food desert, meaning that you might have only places where you can buy processed or low value, low quality food, um, that is something to stay away from. Those areas, those food deserts, are sometimes more affordable, yes, but everything is further away. So, not just food, everything. So, something to keep an eye on. Location does impact inevitably the whole transaction and the value of the property. Number three, home buying wish list. Excuse me. There we go. I encourage all of you to have a must haves and a nice to haves. It really helps to focus not just you, but the search. And it can really make it easier to understand where we might inevitably find the home of your dreams. If things like high speed internet, home office, or eco friendly features are your top priority, that's something we're going to find closer towards the city. Whereas further out in the suburbs in the country, we might not find that. Now, is it possible that we might? Absolutely. But we have to be aware that we're on a limited time budget, probably a limited money budget. So knowing the nice to haves and the must haves make the process a lot more streamlined and a lot more spearheaded into one direction. Number 4, find a realtor. Stress the importance of finding a knowledgeable realtor and real estate professional who understands the needs of first time home buyers and guide them through the process. Realtors are made for this, especially one that has been in the industry for several years. You want to look for tried and true realtors. Look for the reviews. Look also for their web pages. Look for their social media. Google them. See what reviews you see. See what sales they've had, and work with someone that you feel comfortable with. More than anything else, it shouldn't all be about the bottom line. And sometimes you do get what you pay for. So keep that in mind when you are in the market for realtors. We are not all the same. We are not all trained the same, and we are very far from alike. So take your time, interview a few realtors, see which ones you like, and go from there. Number 5, the search process. To search for homes online, you can use a whole series of different portals or apps. You can visit open houses. You can use buyer alerts for new listings. And technology has really streamlined the whole process of searching for homes. Now more than ever, my biggest duty is not to really collect homes to show you. Perhaps maybe there are a few properties that I might inevitably, pick out and toss your way. But now with so much access to properties and so many alerts, you pretty much find the properties that you want to see. And from there, we end up going and checking out paperwork and doing all these other things on the back end. Um, I'm not in the business of selling homes. What I'm in the business of is helping you with the transaction of the property. So the search process is one that has different stages to it, and it can start as easy as at home searching on your computer on Zillow or any site like longandfoster.com. But the important thing is that you are finding the homes and have the correct portals to use to look for the homes and the information that's most up to date, because as we know, there are tons of information online when it comes to real estate, and not all of it might be accurate at the moment. Number 6, make an offer. So there are a few steps to making an offer, and for this discussion, we're going to be going briefly over a few of them. There is a negotiation process, and what to include in the offer to make it attractive really varies from case to case. So the steps to making an offer are obviously getting pre-approved, going and finding the property, going and seeing the property, looking at disclosures and getting them approved, signing off on them, I mean, and then actually discussing the contract and formulating a draft and offering. The formulation of the draft can vary because of the situation, the type of home, the type of market. So, those discussions are really the ones that you have with your professional about the situation, and where you set up a game plan and a strategy for how you're going to make this offer. From there, you fill out all the paperwork, you sign it, and then you submit it to the listing agent side. They will take it and either present it immediately or, hold off until a deadline and present all offers at the same time. At which point you will either get approved or denied, and you will either get a counter offer or you will get a declination where basically you're told, hey, you didn't get it. So that can again, take its own process. Usually you'll find out within 3 days. And from there, if you got it, you'll be under contract. You'll have a moment to do all your contingencies and fulfill the contract to the best of your abilities before the settlement date. If you fulfill the contract and all the obligations of the contract before the settlement date, the house is yours. So, something to think about. It's not as hard as you would think, but it's also not as easy as what I just said. Number seven, inspection and appraisals. The importance of a home inspection can't go without saying. An appraisal, again, is almost like a home inspection, but for the value of your home. Home inspections are a great way to get a bill of health, so to speak, for the property. And they are especially necessary in a market when first time home buyers might be spending a lot of money on a property. Now, don't let an inspection or appraisal be the reason that you lose a home, but also know that their protections are one of the biggest ways that first time homebuyers can protect themselves from any undesirable worst case scenarios, like buying a lemon property or a property that won't appraise for the value that you purchased it for. Number eight, closing the deal. Walk through the closing process, which isn't very varied. It's a matter of getting all the documents in the uh, title together, getting all the people on the same page, confirming the information, confirming who the owners are, who can sell, and then getting all that title work together. Title will usually prepare a statement of where the financiers are going to be laying on the listing side and on the buying side, and that's usually prepared closer towards the end of the settlement. And from there, pretty much you have to keep following suit with the rest of the contract, make sure everything's being fulfilled. And if all those terms are fulfilled, you'll go to the closing table. And on that day, you'll, sign off everything that you need for your mortgage or pay off, the rest of the property. And the property will then be transferred into your name. So the property is not officially yours until it is recorded in the court system. And yeah, that's the long and the short of it. So it does take a little bit more time. It's not as immediate as you just going and settling and buying a property. It does take a little bit more time to register and get everything together. But typically, those are the procedures you see in a typical close. Closing day can usually happen in less than 2 hours. It doesn't take a lot of time, but I have seen cases where it's taken full days to close just because of paperwork and one snag or another snag. So you just never know. Number nine, moving in. There are a ton of moving services out there. Be mindful of the services that you use. Do not use moving brokerages. They will take your contract, take your request, take whatever it is that you have agreed of for work for them, and they will sell it to someone else. That can be great if that person's a company, if that entity is a company, but if it's not, then you're really out of luck. So holding the company that you contracted accountable is a very big part of the process of working with contractors and working with vendors. So you really sometimes get what you pay for. So make sure that you saving a couple of dollars here and there doesn't leave you stranded in a new house with none of your furniture and belongings. Number 10. Now, maintenance and upgrading your property for the future is really going to be down to you. But my best tips when it comes to after you purchase the home is to keep taking care of it. It is your property, it is your home. There's no one responsible for it. There's no one that's going to make it better except for you. So, if you really do care about your future in real estate, don't let your property decay. Take some time, invest some energy, or hire someone to help you maintain the property. If you can do that and at the same time continue to improve it for the change in times and innovations, your property will continue to gain value. Now, if you don't, if you let it run disarray, if you let it fall apart, if, God forbid, financially you run into something, then the value is not all lost, so to speak. It's not like you're going to be losing money, but you will gain money at a slower pace than the rest of your neighbors. So all things to think about, especially once you've passed the moment of first time home buyer and you've entered the realm of seller. But today we were just talking about unlocking your first home, a millennial's guide to navigating the market. If you just joined us late, then we were really just covering a few of the key basic points on what the process is, how to kind of get yourself into the mindset of it. And number one was understanding your budget. Really, that's where it starts, the home ownership process off. Number two is the right location, understanding where do you really see yourself and avoiding those food deserts that we talked about. Number three, home buying wish list, understanding your must haves and your nice to haves. Those two categories can really guide your home search. Find a realtor or a real estate professional. A professional will save you time, energy, and money. Number five, the search process. Home searching is really very easy now. You can see it online. There are tons of portals and technology to streamline the home search. So make sure that you're keeping your eyes and ears open on new properties. Making an offer. Offering is very easy. The hard part is the follow through with the offer. So make sure you understand what your offer is before you sign it, and know what your offer holds and what you're writing on, just so that you're aware of what process you're going to go through, because the contract is what dictates the process and you're the one that controls the offer. So number seven, inspection and appraisals. Make sure that you know how important they are, even if you do waive them. Number eight, closing the deal. Everything is in an attempt to go to settlement, and that is going to be our closing day. Remember, the property is not officially yours until it's been recorded with the legal system. And number nine, moving in, make sure that you are working with a reputable company and not just a moving broker. Number 10, post purchase tips. Don't let the allure and the mystique and the happiness of owning your first property fade away. It's your responsibility, it's your home, it's your property. Improve it, make it your own, and watch the benefits of that and the return of your investment grow tenfold. So, I hope that you all have a great evening. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, yesterday and tomorrow, as it is customary in Latin culture to be the May 10th date. But I know in good old US of A, and I think in North America, it's all on May 12th. But either way, happy Mother's Day, ladies, for everyone out there that is a mother or plays the role of mother to anyone out there. Really, we need more mothers to care for more children than ever before. So, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I really do appreciate you all spending some time with me. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about yet another topic, and tomorrow's topic is going to be actually the real estate recap, because tomorrow is Sunday. So we're going to do the real estate recap. But on Monday, if you want to come on back for more real estate goodness, it's going to be house hunting, how to find your perfect home. And that's going to be on Monday. So tomorrow it is the Sunday real estate recap. We're going to be talking about the top 10 real estate news stories of the week. Thank you to everyone that is been spreading out the lease that I had in Rockville. It has finally gone under contract. I really do appreciate all your help, and congratulations to the new tenants. Can't wait for them to move in. So, really excited about all that. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Take care.